Hey everybody, welcome back to another lesson. This is 101 Guitar Lessons and my name is Lauren. Thanks so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. We're going to be talking about tuners, how to tune the guitar, how to use them, and different choices that you have. You'll find links in the description down below to different types of tuners as well that we cover. Before we get into it, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, like the video. Every little bit of your support really helps grow the channel, and I really appreciate it personally, so thank you so much. There are multiple videos that I release every single week, so definitely check those out. Let's get into the video. So, what's the most important thing to do when you're learning how to play the guitar? Well, make sure that you're playing in tune, I'd say, number one, because even if you're playing something 100% correctly and the guitar is slightly out of tune, it's going to sound wrong and you're going to feel unmotivated and frustrated and it's going to just be terrible. So, tip number one is always try to play in tune. How do you do that? Well, a guitar tuner. It doesn't have to be this tuner. This just happens to be a random tuner that I have lying around, but a tuner really helps. Now you can use a separate tuner like this. They're very inexpensive. You can use a clip-on tuner, which actually clips onto the headstock, and you can see a little display, okay, and it'll tell you, if the guitar is in tune or not. Or you can use something like I've got a metronome, where you can, aside from the metronome, you can tune to the note and try to match the note. So if you got something like that or a piano that you can tune to, that's another way of doing it, but you're tuning more by ear that way. The other option that you have is an app. So you can go ahead, go to the App Store, and there are several apps to choose from. Some are free, some are inexpensive, some are better than others, but they're not that much money, and they're definitely a useful, very useful tool to have. So you want to make sure that you're in tune. And a tip when you're using a tuner is this. So they all basically work the same. When you turn it on, you're going to see a needle or a light, okay? And if the needle is left of center, that means the note is flat and you need to tighten the string to get up to pitch. If the note is past center, then it's sharp and you need to come down and create more slack in the string, okay? Now, one tip I'll give you is always try to tune up into a note, from flat into a note. So if you're sharp, go a little bit flat and tune in. I'll give you an example. So now I'm flat, right? I'm gonna go ahead and play that note and you'll see the needle is a little bit left of center. Now it's pretty much center. Okay, I'm looking at it kind of backwards, but there you go. Now if I was sharp, and I come down into the note, then that releases tension, and as I play, it pulls the string and will probably pull the note flat eventually. So if I tune a little bit lower and then into the note. Sorry, I'm a little bit flat now. There we go. If I tune into the note, there's a better chance of the note staying in tune. And that goes for all the strings, of course. So that's a tip in terms of using the tuner itself. What the lights mean, again, if you're left of green or center, then you're flat. If you're right, then you're sharp. Now, if you're way off and you're nowhere near being in tune, then the tuner might have trouble picking up the notes that it's hearing from your guitar. So you have to be sort of relatively close to being in pitch, and you can probably get to relatively close just by listening, okay? Find some sort of reference note on a piano or that little beep or something like that, or a video like this where you can see there's my E, A, D, G, B, E. So if you listen to that as a reference, that'll get you in, pretty close, okay? And then you'll be able to fine tune it along with your tuner. Some people leave those clip-on tuners on all the time. That's cool, not a problem. Go ahead and do that. Some people hate the look of it. It doesn't bother me, whatever. But a tuner is a great tool to use to make sure that you are in tune all the time. And remember, you have to tune your guitar every time you pick it up. As a beginner, you may not realize that, but the humidity levels and temperature changes that happen in our own homes or traveling in and outside will really affect the guitar. The guitar is a wooden instrument and it changes, it expands and contracts all the time. So even if you leave it sitting for a day, every time you pick up the guitar, get in the habit of tuning it. and then everything is going to sound better. Trust me. So that's it for tuners, how to use a tuner, and a couple different tuner options that are out there on the market. You've also got pedal tuners for electric guitars. But you're not going to see my feet right now. So, but they just come in the form of a pedal, and you play it, and it'll tell you when you're in tune. There are things called strobe tuners as well, which it's like a fast-moving circle or some lines, and as you get closer to the note, it slows down and syncs up and stays. So those are some more complicated, though slightly more accurate tuners as well. But all the options are down below. Check them out. If you have questions, let me know. Be sure to check out the other lessons on the video channel. And that's it. I'll see you guys on the next lesson. Take care. Bye.